Saturday morning flight sim.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Turning on the mic helps. Good morning, good evening, good day, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. Could be flying solo today, guys. I'm not sure. But a big shout out to anybody that's watching. I can see Bubba there. He says, "Evening, folks. Are we afraid of the blood-sucking Boeing, or will Willy end up in another internet black hole trying to fly to Transylvania? Buckle up and hold on tight for this spooky flight." Indeed. Indeed. Anyway, very good morning to everybody in the European side of things. And Johnny's popped in. He says, "Hello." Hi, Johnny. How you doing? This is a flight that we were going to do on the 28th of October, if you can believe it. And the guys are still kind of getting organized in terms of getting the schedule rearranged now that we're back on the schedule again. Lost for words today. It's been a long week. Anybody that's been through house renovations knows what I'm talking about. So we were meant to fly this on the 20th of October, but then obviously I lost my internet, and that rest was history. So yeah, we're going to try to make up for lost time, and I have been flying the Boeing a lot, so I'm actually going to drop back into the Airbus A320 this time around, which it was interesting. I did a practice flight during the week, and I've really immersed myself. in the PMDG 737, and I didn't think it would be that big of a jump to come back to the Airbus because it's something I know very well. But I'll tell you what, I was a little bit befuddled. Johnny says, "I'm 2 gates at your 3 o'clock." Okay, let's see if we can. Oh, there you are. You're looking like a small airplane for some reason, though I don't know why. Are you flying something interesting, Johnny? Is that the reason? So yeah, it's this is going to be a flight to Transylvania. Now, the funny thing I didn't know was, Transylvania at Christmas. Why would anyone go there? Well, apparently there's a lovely Christmas market in Transylvania, and they actually do special flights. You're in a 320 Neo. Oh, that's strange. Very strange. Can't understand why that's happening. Unless something's changed in my options. Traffic. No, everything's on. Well, maybe it'll correct itself. I'm not sure. Boeings can be befuddling. Yeah, they can. They can indeed. Although I'm very looking much forward to the update on the 757, which is supposedly coming out in January. So, oh, it's the default Neo. Oh, it's possibly because I've not actually loaded that airplane, so it's not compiled the model in my sim. So it's yeah, that's possibly why I've never actually loaded the default Neo. But if you switch to the fiber wire, I'll see you. But anyway, it is what it is. I can see there's a headwind on there as well. TC German 97. If you're watching the stream, do make yourself known to us. And of course, you can all fly with us on the North Europe server. And Tony Beto says, hello, Willy, greetings to you and greetings to everyone. Tony, great to see you as well. Johnny says I'm on an Xbox, so there's always, right, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Still, you'd think with the model matching it would show up as a 320 still. It's very strange. Very, very strange, but I suspect, as I mentioned, I haven't loaded the Neo, so I'll make a point of loading the default model, and all you have to do is load it into the sim once, and then it compiles, and you should be able to see it visibly if anyone else flies it. But we know what you are, Johnny. We know what you are. Anyway, so we'll get going here. I'll take you through our route in just a moment. 2 seconds here, guys. Alright, here we go. Let's try this. Right, so today we are departing from Munich, I believe. Actually, we can go to... So this is going to be the 26 left departure, and I'm flying to flight level 390 with the Curdy 3W departure. So we'll be coming out of there, basically heading up to our... pretty much straight up to our cruise altitude, and making mostly an easterly direction as we head towards Transylvania, where we will line up for the 07 ILS arrival into Transylvania International Airport, or Lima Romeo Tango Mike, and that will be on the, I believe that was on the go back to the brief. It was the ATSO 1V arrival into Transylvania. So that's how we're going to do it today, guys. Got some nice kind of soft guitar music to keep us company along the way. I hope you enjoy the music. A fly-by-wire is far superior, yeah. But you can't get it on Xbox, yeah, that's the problem. I know fly-by-wire is hoping to bring it to Xbox at some point, but I suspect that's why. Of course, you can get... was it Any Builds that did the new... the revised Airbus 320 for Flight Simulator, so the Xbox users could have something a bit more sophisticated. I believe that's what it was. Anyways, watch out for wooden stakes on approach. That's right. Yeah, that Christmas market trip, it looks a really interesting part of the... it's 350 pounds per person, based on 2 people sharing. You get your flights, you get your hotel for, I think it's 2 nights. You also get a trip to Dracula's castle, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, so we jest, but actually it looks like a pretty interesting place for Christmas. Right, anything else we need to make mention of? Probably not, so we can probably get going, guys. If you want to get ready, I'm going to bring up the sim noises as well. Get the AP going. Oh, seatbelts on first. Start the APU. Put on that bleed. And put on a beacon. Should be a beacon, is there? Yeah, there is. There's a few airlines airplanes just popped up. Munich's actually quite a busy place on the North Europe server, I've noticed. You do tend to see a lot of planes flying about. It's kind of neat. But, yeah, it's been a heck of a week. Oh, let the announcements pass through first. I'll probably forget something along the way, but we'll get there. Okay. Right, we've got AP power, so we can turn off external. I think our parking brake's off. Let's go back. And we're going to face the nose to the right for a 26 left departure. Oh, how do we do this, guys? How do we do this? Number one. And crank, that's it. Here we go. We'll get there in the end. We'll get there in the end. Don't see that engine spinning, so we're probably missing something. That's all right. Let's we'll get out to the push line and then. Oh, it's already been too long. Engine 1 started, yeah. Got bleed, yeah. Oh, fuel might be good. Put all that on. Still don't see any activity. What are we missing, guys? What are we missing? No idea. Right, we'll push out to the line here, and then we'll try and figure out what I'm missing. This is the problem, though. This is why pilots try not to jump completely from completely different types, because you forget how to fly the plane. Oop. While we're doing that, let's see. So we've got that. We've got bleed air. Fuel is on. And starter is on. Let's try turning that off and on again. We'll try cycling that, see if that makes any difference. Oh, I think we got a heartbeat. Okay. That's what it was. I tried to start the engine without putting the crank on, so there was no sequence there. I can hear it spooling now. Oh. Parking brake on. And send the tug away. And see Johnny pushing back there. In terms of where 26 left was, just to make sure I'm not talking nonsense, yeah, there's 26 left. So we want to, let's see here. We want to wait, where are we? So we're here. We're going to head straight down, pick up Bravo 1 to Tango, I think. Head on over to DA-14 there, and then we'll just pick up the runway 26 left. Okay, we got good engine start on 1, number 2. Oh, you know what? I'm not on Vox. That's probably why it's so quiet in here. Right, we're on Vox now. Engine 2 spooling up. Definitely one of the prettiest airplanes you can get for absolutely no cost. It's just such a lovely, beautiful freeware model. Honestly, we never saw anything like this back in FSX days. It's really a league of its own, the fly-by-wire. A league of its own. Okay, we got a good engine start. Turn crank to off. And we can put off the APU. Set nose to taxi. Get ready to go. I think Johnny might have already departed there. And we'll do a quick flight control check. Rudder left. Or, sorry, rudder right. Rudder left. Center. Crank left. Crank right. Center. Yoke back. Forward. Center. Good to go. We turn on our transponder. Brakes off. Bit of throttle. And we're rolling to 26 left, guys. It's also weird getting used to the fly-by-wire tiller, which is completely different from the Boeing. A slightly different characteristic. Okay. Oop. Bit off center line there. I don't think this is payware scenery we're using today. I think it could just be stock. But I'll do a check on that. There we go. You know what I have forgotten to do is V-speed, so we'll try and get that set up shortly. A lot of airplanes in the air, though. Look at that. And it's snow as well. That's the one thing that kind of caught me off guard when I was doing a practice flight the other day. It was lots of snow about the place. Okay. Right. Let's get performance flaps 1. Yeah, that's done. Oh. So we got our V speeds in. We'll probably put on predictive wind shear as well. Let's get all that on. TARA and flaps 1. Arm the speed brakes and max RTO. Cabin check. Whoa! Not paying attention, guys. Not paying attention at all. There we go. This is why it's good to have a co-pilot, I think. Okay, there's our stop line, so we'll get the rest of this done before we get on the. Are we late for Halloween, Kristen? We certainly are. We certainly are. Alright. Okay, what was it? We're going to check cabin. Takeoff config complete. Ready to go. Anybody behind us? Okay, can see Johnny coming. RC German 97. Again, I'm not sure if he's flying with us or not, but if you are and you're watching the stream, sir, make yourself known to us. So we're going to have a very fast flying bonanza by the looks of it. What can you do, eh? Okay. Everything's ready to go. Final checks. Lights. Strobe. Nobody coming in. Good to go. Whoops, there we go. Okay, 50%. Toga. Rotate. Positive rake, you're up. And climb thrust. Autopilot. Off we go. And we say goodbye to Munich. Farewell. God, it looks like a cold place, doesn't it, right now? Christian, if you're watching the stream, what's the temperature where you are right now, mate? Just can barely see it. It's very bright. Oh, I forgot chrono. Top 0. Oh, 6 to 7. Oh, wow. Okay. Bye-bye snow. Yeah, it's we did have snow here. It's thawed out for us as well, but we'd have probably about a week of snow cover, and then it's all gone. All gone. It's 1,000. Release the crew. And we'll get around this procedure turn and then turn off the seat belts. You're off for lunch. Happy flight. Cheers, Christian. Thanks for dropping in and saying hello. I'll see you at some point. Look at that. It's a big place, Munich, isn't it? Oh, you just can't beat Flight Simulator, can you? You just can't beat it. Isn't that great? Nice slow circle over Munich. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Is that a reservoir or something? It's huge. There we go. Johnny's still behind us? Oh, there he is. Alright. Turn the seatbelts off now. Everything else, no lights that we're worried about that we can see, that can come off. Good to go, we're on our way. Alright guys, I'm just gonna step away for a couple seconds, grab a glass of water, be right back with you. Alright, back with you guys. Top descent's about 200 miles off by the looks of it. And oh, just it feels like a lazy Saturday, doesn't it? Why the engine noises are so loud inside, that's weird. I wonder if we can change that audio. What's the wind? Yeah, the wind's just a touch on the loud side there. beautiful snowy countryside of Germany. And it's just going to get worse, I think. I think we'll check our fuel prediction there. 1.7, yeah, it's a bit on the low side, but that'll be fine. Just over an hour to go. Once we get up to cruise, I'll do the news for this week. Oh, it's awfully quiet today. I feel like you should tell some jokes. So yeah, anyway, we've been having a lot of renovations at home. Completely redesigning the bottom floor of our house, so to speak. So like, it's just everywhere's a mess. We finally got the kitchen done, almost. So we, for the first time as a family, we sat down and had dinner together at the table, which was really nice. But everything's all messed up. So my son's bedroom, unfortunately, is one of the places that's being changed. So he's been camping with his mom, and I've been sleeping on the couch. I'll tell you, after a few nights of sleeping on the couch, your back doesn't really thank you for it. So I got up, took the dog out for a brisk walk this morning, just to kind of stretch myself out. So if you see me doing this a lot, it's mainly because I feel like a pretzel. Johnny says, just think when it's all done, you'll never have to do it again. You're bloody right on that one. I don't think I could do it again, mate. It's been quite a trial, we'll say. But I mean, I've been fortunate. The team that I've got doing the renovations has been absolutely fantastic and really helpful. Attention to detail is really good as well, you know. But it's just one of these things that just takes time. It just takes time, and there's nothing else you can do but let them get on with it. So I think by the time all's said and done, it'll probably be into the new year. But by the time we get carpet and floor coverings and things like that, paint, and everything's just so expensive right now. Just ridiculously expensive. It doesn't matter what you're getting; it's almost double, triple the price of what it was, you know, compared to 3 years ago. It's a real nightmare. So that has been a bit of a shock to the system, to say the least. But as you say, Johnny, we'll just have to get through it. Well, I can see you're at 30,000. What am I at? Yeah, you're pretty much just right behind me, Johnny, then. Oh, there's a DA62 out there as well. Just about at cruise altitude. About 40 miles to run. And there's a lot of clouds out now, that's for sure. This is the other thing. I keep, everywhere I go in the house, I keep finding little screws and various things. Discarded brackets and they're all over, everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's we've actually had to tell the kids to make sure they're not walking around the house in bare feet or socks. So everyone has to have a pair of slippers on at all times, at the very least. You been through renovations yourself, Johnny? Your dad used to say the same thing growing up and I hated it. What was that? Can't do anything without my house slippers. Yeah. It must be an age thing. Never used to wear them, but I do now. I mean, if I didn't have to worry about making a mess in the house, I'd probably just wear my my sneakers around or something like that, but I'm not allowed to do that, so. There's a 737 passing us. And a Dreamliner up there somewhere. It's a busy traffic day. Just about top of cruise. Look at that. Oh, it looks cold, doesn't it? Just makes you go. And zip up your sweater. I burr indeed. Just looked cold, doesn't it? I don't miss Canadian winters, that's for sure. I am Scotland. Yes, I am. Yeah. It's warmed up a bit. It's about maybe 6-7 degrees now. So, but last week it was for pretty much most of the week it was -3, -4, which for me isn't too bad. I find that quite comfortable. I'd rather have it a little bit below freezing than above, because I find above freezing quite damp and cold. So, whereas I like it when it's dry. Approaching cruise. And the engines are throttling back.
There we go.
See if there's an announcement first before I do anything else. But yeah, I had an update and it seemed to reset some of the things.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
Flight deck captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley.
You're not cold and snowy. No, no, not at the moment. Not at the moment. Okay. That song just finished at the perfect time as well. So shall we do the news, guys? Okay, so not much going on in the world of flight sim right now, but what is happening is very interesting. So iFly, now this is a big deal for me. iFly is teasing a 737 MAX. Now, as many will probably know, there is a 737 MAX for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It came out rather early on when Microsoft Flight Simulator was released. We won't talk about it because generally it's not considered particularly good, and it was pretty much a disappointment for anyone that was parting with their precious pennies to get it. Now, iFly, on the other hand, there's probably reasonable hope that they're going to produce a fairly decent one. And the only thing they've actually shown so far is the landing gear. Sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. But isn't it detailed? I mean, look at that. And if you really zoom in, you can see that there's a lot of painstaking detail going into this. So it's a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, obviously, external models are great. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to have accuracy or a good cockpit. But I think, if they're going to spend that much time trying to focus on a wheel, then it stands to reason that they're probably going to be putting a lot of love and attention into everything else in the airplane. So yeah, keep an eye for that. iFly's 737 MAX. Anyway, moving on, Just Flight. I mean, they're just like a freight train at this moment. They have shown some screenshots of their upcoming Fokker 70-100 series, which is it's pretty much like the Fokker version of I would say the CRJ. That's probably the best comparison, or an Embraer. What would be an Embraer 175 or something like that. Anyway, but I mean, some of these shots look absolutely stunning. Obviously, most of the work right now is on the external model, but you can see that they really are putting everything they can into this, as they do, because Just Flight is amazingly consistent with the quality in the airplanes. Just Flight, I think, is one of those companies that if they don't do it perfect, then there's no point doing it. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the cargo doors there, and you can see everything all opened up around the aircraft. It is looking spectacular. Obviously, we haven't seen anything in terms of what the flight deck looks like or anything like that, but if anything that Just Flight has done in the past serves as a reference, I'm certain that we can expect to see some great things coming from them on this model. And I am hoping actually to get an interview with Martin Northall from the marketing team on Just Flight to talk about the Fokker and also their recent success with the Just Flight Vulcan, which is arrived on the scene with resounding praise from many simmers in terms of the detail that's brought. So yeah, really looking forward to this. It is a model that I'm personally interested in as well, so I'll probably seek to engage with Just Flight and see if we can showcase the Fokker 7100 on positive rate when it comes out. Moving on to real air aviation news. Now, this is something I didn't realize was the case. Airbus is applying to the FAA to fly the Beluga transport into the US. Now, I wasn't aware that it didn't already fly into the US, but apparently that is the case. And as we know, Airbus does maintain manufacturing facilities within the United States. But possibly, this is going to help them be able to outsource some more manufacturing in and about America, and it's going to give them a lot more power in terms of their supply chain. So yes, if you're in the United States, you will soon, possibly, depending on where you live, be seeing the Beluga, which is a very, very striking and unique looking aircraft, appearing in the skies over the United States. So that's our news today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get back to our flight. Right, where are we? I can see, let's see if we can actually see the top of descent. Yes, we can. So top of descent looks roughly about 220 nautical miles. Estimated time to arrival was currently sitting at 12:43, so just about 50 minutes. Roughly 50 minutes, and we'll be there in Transylvania. Spooky Transylvania. It's not a big airport, by the way, so we'll have to think strategically about how we're going to park. But what you want to aim for is the first exit. And actually, I can pull up the airport chart so we can see what we're talking about here. So we'll be coming in on runway 7. Let's put that in the right screen. There we go. We'll be coming in on runway 7. So it is on the shorter side of as far as runway is concerned. So make sure you're using plenty of auto brake. And it's apron 1 we're looking for here. And there's kind of a turnaround bit and a very small terminal. Actually, I was quite surprised at how small this airport was when I had a look at it. And we'll be showing some freeware scenery available from flightsim.to. There is a link in the show notes as well, so go check that out. Doing everything wrong here today, aren't I? Everything wrong. Get our map back on. There we go. Still see Johnny back there. Oh, we're getting some high-level cloud now, but it looks at it. Look at this. Seems to be happening a lot over the last few weeks, actually. Just this very high-sitting cloud. If you've been watching us last week, I think at one point I actually had to step climb because we were what were we at? 39,000, I think, and still hitting clouds, so I had to step climb to 41,000, try and get out of it. Anyways, I'm going to, again, sorry guys, I just gotta pop off and grab something quick. I'll be right back, and I'll leave you to the beautiful scenery. And I'm back. We're making good time today. We got a nice tailwind. Ground speed of 478. Fantastic. You take the good with the bad, though. You always tend to get headwinds when you're flying west. So, the fastest, thinking on tailwinds and headwinds, so the fastest I ever flew from London to Toronto was about 6.5 hours, which was exceptionally good. But the fastest I ever flew from Toronto to London was just over 5 hours, which was lightning fast. We had a tailwind that was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it could really make a difference to the time, depending if how lucky or unlucky you are. Johnny says 5 hours from Toronto to London. Yeah, that's considerably fast. Yeah, it is. That was a very quick flight. Usually it's around the 6 hour mark. Or if you're flying to Glasgow, which is a bit further north, you're usually looking around just around 7 hours. Or maybe 6.5 going west or going east. But again, just all depends on wind. Right, we could probably put in our approach information, so let's do that. Currently reading at destination, it is QNH 1019, 2 degrees. 19. Nope. There. 2 degrees. Winds are variable at 1 knot. Okay, so in that case we'll just put in runway heading, which is 069. 69/1. Transition altitude is 8,000. That's probably correct. Go to charts. Decision height is Sparrow 1063. And 1063. 1063. Should we do full flaps? Yeah, I think we will. Fairly short runway, so gives us a lot of braking. And we'll be using medium auto brakes today, guys. If you're curious. Well, we still got about 160 miles to descent, so time to kill. Time to kill. Oh. So what? What are you doing with the rest of your day, Johnny? Got anything exciting on for the weekend? Sound like my bartender. one thing that we're doing with the renovations, which is different than I've ever done before, is I'm actually putting a small TV into the kitchen. Keep my wife company when she's making all of her fabulous meals. So that's, and I'm actually melting it to the wall. So we've had the electrician put in a socket quite high up, and we'll put in a bracket. Nothing, not really. You're going to go up to the north side with my brother. You need some help getting his pressure washer off and back off his truck. Oh, that sounds exciting. So quite heavy. Whereabouts are you again, Johnny? Chicago. Oh, right, yeah, of course. I come home and there are a few streams. I'll join one of them. Brett plays, yeah. Yeah, Brett's quite good. Brett's quite good. I suppose, you know, with Christmas coming out, everyone's quite busy. We'll be busy over the next couple of weekends, so that's probably why we're not getting too much interaction on the stream today. But I still appreciate you, anyone who's watching, including yourself, Johnny. Right, I think, do I have enough time to make a coffee? That's the question. Yes, I do. I'm just going to dash off and make a quick coffee, and I'll be right back. I'm getting a bit cold. Feeling the damp. I'm feeling the damp. Oh, your son's coming to town for Christmas. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, that sounds fantastic, Johnny. That'll be good. Right, I'll be right back, mate. Okay, I'm armed with my coffee now. Should make me feel a bit more normal. My famous Tim Hortons mug here. Right, top of descent is 80 miles, about. Let's put in our approach information and yep, that's all good. Happy there, and we'll just have to keep an eye and make sure the weather's not changing on us. But yeah, even in Transylvania it's above zero. That's amazing. I'm back. Oh, you got an orange juice. It's the juice of champions. That's something that I was talking about this the other day, Johnny. One thing that you can't get in Europe, which I really miss, is frozen concentrated orange juice. You know how you get it in the tins, and of course you can get lemonade, pink lemonade, iced tea, all that stuff. Can't get anything like that over here. And it drives me up the wall. You can get lemonade here, but I don't think it tastes as nice as what we got when we get back home. I think there's less additives in the frozen stuff as well. Why is that? I think it's mainly because and this could be changing, but I think on average people don't have as much freezer space in the UK as you would in Canada or the US. Because I mean, I can think back in Canada we had a huge chest freezer that we used to chuck everything in. You could put half a dog in there if you wanted to, or a dog, but you always had lots of room for the frozen concentrated stuff, whereas over here I think people tend to have a lot less freezer space, so I don't know if it would sell very well, but also it would also require a lot more refrigeration vehicles to ship them back and forth, and I don't think, I mean obviously some things are frozen, so it's maybe just something that never caught on. I don't know. But yeah, I certainly miss a lot of things, including the iced tea. Because you used to get all sorts of different flavors in iced tea, didn't you? Most households I know of, including mine, have more than one refrigerator freezer. Really? Okay. Is that for beer? That's interesting though. More so you actually have two fridges, or two fridges with freezers in them? In your younger days, yeah. Don't drink as much now. Yeah. I like to mainly I enjoy going out kind of Sunday afternoons for a couple hours, just to our local social club, and I'll have 2-3 pints. That's about as exciting as it gets for me. 2 refrigerator freezer combos, yeah, okay. So I've got our new kitchen. I've actually got a full height larder fridge and a full height freezer. So it's kind of like having a side by side, but it's actually the side by sides always tend to be small on the freezer side, so this is where, in this case, they're both exactly the same width, about that big. So it actually gives me more space than a side-by-side. Yeah, it should, I mean, should give us plenty of space for anything we need to freeze or refrigerate. So most importantly, the fridge has two crisper drawers for fresh vegetables, which is, I discovered this ages ago. You need one drawer for your root vegetables and things like that, and one for your soft vegetables. If you mix them up, they start to create, one will rot the other because of the moisture. For me, Friday or Saturday night, never both. Yeah, glass or two of wine is about where I'm at now. Somewhere an IPA here or there. Oh, nice. I like an IPA. Okay, about 50 miles to top of descent. Just check our fuel prediction there. Fuel is looking good there, so I think the tailwinds helped us a bit. We'll have 2.4 ton on landing. So when you're loading your fuel, Johnny, do you tend to run it in as pounds or kilos? Right, platform altitude today will be what is it? 3,500. That's what we're aiming for. Pounds, yeah. It's funny how the older we get, we start to be more concerned about our health. Yeah, indeed. $40 miles top of descent. I was a drinking fool in my 20s and 30s, not so much anymore. Yeah, I think all of us probably were. Yeah, definitely. So, my mom used to say, so buttons. Right, 3,500, I'll get that dialed in. It's inevitable. If I intend to get more into Flight Simulator, I'm going to need to go PC, huh? Yeah, I would. It's obviously a bit more of an expense, but it'll give you access to a lot more things, especially sceneries and whatnot. So. And you're not restricted to having to get things off the marketplace. I think that's probably the biggest thing. And of course, it opens the whole door to all the free stuff you can get from FlightSim.to and other places. So yeah, I think it would be it's a worthwhile investment. What to do, Johnny, is if you're on the Discord server, reach out to DarkFury and ask him for a recommendation of kind of what the best value for money is, what kind of configuration to get. It is very much more of expense, yeah. And I think, for me, though, I've not really had to do much with my PCs. So I did have the initial expense. I paid about £1,100. So let's say about $1,300 US. It does every flight sim very well. It doesn't do it in 4K, so I don't need 4K. And obviously, you have to turn some of the detail options down to get a decent experience. But I mean, you've been watching me for ages. It looks generally pretty good. It's fun to play. But yeah, DarkFury could probably give you some advice on that. And I think generally in the US things are a little bit cheaper for you guys as well. Okay, approaching 10 miles to the top of the sun. My problem is I have a champagne taste with a beer budget. Yeah. And that's the key thing, right? I mean, you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to get a ridiculously overpowered PC. You can get, what I would do is get something that will give you a decent 1080p gaming experience, and you'll be very happy with that. I wouldn't chase anything to do with 4K or anything like that. And I think if you target 1080p, the value, the value options are much better. Right, that's our top of descent. So here we go. I have a friend if you tell him what he needs, he can put one together at wholesale kind of prices. Well, that's good. That's a good friend to have, yeah. So I think that the key thing is knowing what you want, and that's where DarkFury could probably help out a bit.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
You can start to see clouds breaking up a little bit. That's a good sign. I have no clue. Yeah, I mean, I think just some raw specs I would check out for you is you'd want 32 gigs of RAM. Just DDR4 RAM generally is the usual one going now. You probably want worthwhile investment would be a Generation 4 SSD drive, so that's a solid state drive, and I would recommend strongly 2 terabytes for that. Processor wise, I would heavily recommend going with a Ryzen series, either like a Ryzen 7 3000 series is a good starting point. That'll give you a really good experience. Again, Dark could probably help there. I wouldn't go with Intel because I find that Intel's very overpriced. And from a graphics card perspective, I would target, I think what will give you the best value for money is probably an Nvidia GTX 3060, which will give you excellent experience at 1080 gaming. It gives you the RTX. You can benefit from DLSS 3.0, which gives you kind of like your frame acceleration. Yeah, I think a 3060, what you're pricing, 3060, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte Generation 4 SSD drive, and Ryzen 7 series, or Ryzen 7 3000 series, around that line. Or if you can get a 5000 series, even better, if the price difference is pretty close. And you'll be a happy chappy. Very happy chappy. So what do you, in terms of what controllers then, what do you use currently for the Xbox? Do you have a joystick, or do you have, you just use the Xbox controller? I love the VNAV in the Airbus now. I was flying the Headwind the other day, and it's got all the same stuff in it. It's just really cool to watch. You've got a Thrustmaster. Yeah, so do I. I've got, I'll show you what I got. I've actually got two of these. You can believe it. But I've got the original green Thrustmaster, and then I've also got, which is pretty much what the Airbus stick is, right? I've also got a slightly newer orange one. So in my profiles, I've got getting things caught here. In my profiles, I've got Thrustmaster green, Thrustmaster orange. But the cool thing is, I actually sometimes I fly with my daughter, and we fly together, sitting side by side, and it's almost like, you know, I'm in the left-hand seat and she's in the right-hand seat. So I can take control at any point, or give control back to her, and both sticks will pretty much do the same thing. So it's worked out really well, actually. Okay, why is the airplane doing silly things here? Is it trying to slow down? And why am I overspeeding? Oh, I've hit something. What have I hit? Probably because as I'm playing with these sticks, I've probably hit something and turned off the autopilot. Who knows? Lever climb. Okay, that's what it is. There we go. I must have jammed my my throttle to max. This is what happens when you start playing with stuff while you're trying to fly the airplane. Okay, we're approaching Exalta. We want to be about 17,000. We can probably get our, what did you say, 1019, so I'll just quickly dial that in. Not good for the multitasking, yeah. So we can pull the brake down a bit. Just give the airplane a little help. I'm getting just a little bit high in profile there, so there we go. That should be better. can see John behind us. Start to see the ground. So this is correct. I'm really impressed with the scenery here. So we had snow-covered ground when we take off from Munich, but obviously the temperature is warmer. It's above 0 in Transylvania, and we're seeing green ground. So that's good. It's accurate. Wunderbar. You can see the plane starting to stabilize in the VNAV path as well. See your constraints. So constraints are pretty much just stay above 9,000. That's means we're totally cool. Oh, that coffee's giving me hiccups. Right, final check. So we will want medium auto brake. 1019 QNH is set. Flaps will be full for today's landing, and I think that's all we need to worry about. And we'll be targeting to exit on the first apron. So you've been doing a little bit of FSAing for a little over a year. Still need to work on my airliner landings. Okay. And practice makes perfect, I think. And again, I think you'd probably find it enormously easier on a PC. What happened to our music? Did I turn it off? I did. Get some blues in, maybe. Just for you, Johnny. Very funny thing, I got a mouse about 2 months ago. What a game changer. Yeah. Which is really cool that you can plug a mouse into an Xbox, actually. And a keyboard. Yeah, okay. Right, outside air temperature. Just keep an eye on for icing conditions. You haven't got the keyboard yet. Like any keyboard will work, even just a cheap one. At one point, you might just get a PC. Yeah. Yeah. You just collect all the bits and pieces, and eventually, it's the only thing you're missing is a PC. Yeah? Okay. Arm the slots. And I think we can put on landing lights. Get the seat belts on the thing. Okay. Game face. We'll just get control of the speed here so we can get down quick. Goal is mid 2024 to get a PC. Expenses are right at the moment. Yep. Tight at the moment, yeah. That's not far away. That's something to look forward to. Tight, yes, yeah. Yeah. Well, believe me, things are tight for me now. I was hoping that we might have enough money left over from the renovation budget to get a new television, but that's... Goodbye. Been doing everything via iPad and Xbox. Yeah, that's not ideal. I do agree. But I suppose it's like anything, it's better than nothing, eh? It's better than nothing. Master caution. I don't know why I'm getting a master caution. Probably because I got the speed brake on. I think what we're going to do is learn before approach phase. Get some flaps out. Still a bit high. Flaps one. All right, set medium brake. We're at the crew. And just gonna kill the music for a bit. We'll focus on what we're doing. Keeps you out of trouble. Yeah, less typing, more focus on landing. That's 1019. Landing system. We're still just below the glide scope, so that's not bad. A little bit of brakes just to help the airplane out here. Alright, we'll taper off that vertical drop a bit. Temperature-wise, we're looking okay, so we don't need any anti-ice by the looks of it. As we drop into the soup. Looking good. There we go. Starting to see a bit of terrain. Approaching our outer ring. We'll arm the localizer.
2,500.
And we'll slow down. Let's bring it down to 180.
2,500.
You know, flaps 2? Oh, a bit too early for that. Flaps 2. Just give us some extra braking there. Okay. Alright, cabin, we are ready to go in, guys. When we turn off, make sure we're nice and visible.
2,500.
And we're at 3,500. Absolutely lovely. "13 miles. Greetings, 3,500 feet in the mountains of Zakopane in Poland, yeah. Oh, hi, Dan. How are you? You should be flying with us, man. Or you're currently in the air in real life, is that what you're saying? How was Krakow? Look at the beautiful, beautiful ground here. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Yeah, I hope your trip was okay, Dan. Very pretty part of the world, actually. Localizer capture. Yeah, I'll bring down to 160. Alright. And arm approach. "10 miles. Approaching our inner ring, which will be our glide scope intercept point. You can see that glide scope starting to come down as well. Just take a bit of glare off that MFD. It's a bit bright. You can see the runway in sight. 7 miles. Glide scope. Cat dual. 6 miles, gear down. VREF.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Flaps 3. Flaps 4. Nose wheel light on. Here we go. Confirm flat's full. Confirm spoilers armed. Auto brake medium. Lovely scenery. Alright, my airplane.
400. Hundred above.
Continue.
Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Late landing. Reverse thrust. Brakes kicking in. Ooh, that was manual braking. That was a hard, quick braking, that's for sure. There's not much runway there. 234 feet per minute landing rate. Not bad. I'm quite happy with that. It is only a 6,000 footer runway. So, and we were a bit late on the touchdown zone, but we were able to get it under control. Welcome to Transylvania. Right. Okay, APU started. And we'll go for number 4, shall we? Number 3. I don't think this was designed for passenger jets. I think this is more like a well, possibly for jets, but smaller ones. I think this is more for like ATRs and Dash 8s. But hey, we'll find a way to fit in, shall we? That's probably good where we are there, I think. And we got APU power, engines off. Light can come off and all. You can see Johnny. Oh, there he is. There's Johnny. Looks like he's right to the end. Seatbelts can come off as well. There we go. Way too hot. Yeah, it's not. It's one of the tougher landings, actually. I think it's a short runway. That's the main thing. It's just a very short runway. Beacon off as well. There we go. Now, in theory, we pretend we're getting some sort of. Putting the doors there. Don't know if anything's going to show up, but we can try. Check. Yeah. Probably misjudged that arc a bit. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I think that's us. Yep. We have ground power. No. So we'll just run on the APU for now. There you go, guys. Welcome to Transylvania, and there's Johnny coming in. Of course, he doesn't look anything like the airplane he actually is, but so Johnny, I think if there's no ground clutter there, I think you will probably want to take taxi 1. But it is this, yeah, again, so this is a freeware scenery, Transylvania Airport. Look at that, and it's actually really, really nice. Some light detailing on the inside. It's really cool. Obviously, you know, nothing you're going to get to pairware levels, but it's for free. I mean, it's fantastic, and it gives you a bit more flavor of the of what it looks like at Transylvania Airport. Very small airport. As I said, imagine that the main traffic here will probably be turboprops, possibly passenger jets, but you're probably looking more along like the Embraer 190 side of things, or CRJ. But yeah, it is really cool. You can check it out at night too. Let's just have a look, see what if it lights up or not. Yeah, look at that. That is actually quite lovely. I love the blue glass. So, well done, guys. Very elegant, and you're definitely adding something to this small airport. And we always like it when small airports get a bit of attention. So, look at that. It's actually got a moving sign in it. Oh, that is cool. Okay, right. I got an applause. That freeware scenery, I've never seen that kind of detail. That is fantastic. What a cool little element to that airport. I'm blown away by that. That's good. And we do actually have people who are moving around as well. Actually, you know what? I take it back. This is actually quite fantastic. And I could actually see this being sold for money. Well done. Johnny says, hey, Willie, thanks very much for a great stream. You are very welcome, sir. Always great to have you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and you don't get overburdened too much with moving heavy equipment around. But let's put it back to real time there. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for. And if you've just been watching in the background, or you're watching on restream, you know, thank you for joining us again on Positive Rate. We'll be back next week, hopefully with some new scheduled stuff. So we'll try and get those those show times up as early as possible so you guys can plan ahead. And I know we were a bit late getting everything organized right now. We're still trying to get back in the groove. And of course, with Christmas, it's it's getting increasingly difficult for the team and everyone to be organized. So, but always great to have you. And Johnny, thank you for being with us for the whole stream as well, keeping me company so I don't feel completely alone. And we'll see you next time right here on Positive Rate, guys. That's me, Willy Canuck, signing off. All the best. Take care.